Welcome! I wanted to talk today about a type of yoga that most people are not aware of, and it's called karma yoga. Karma as in it was his or her karma. Karma yoga, by many people, is referred to as seva, S-E-V-A. Karma yoga is a very important part of my life. And I was introduced to karma yoga maybe close to 20 years ago. And the person that introduced me to karma yoga is one of my featured gurus in my book, From the Boxing Ring to the Ashram. My book features 12 of my gurus and life lessons that I learned from each one. And karma yoga was one that I learned, as I said, probably about 20 years ago. It was when I was doing a yoga intensive. And at that time, I had already been practicing. I started meditation, breath work, and physical yoga practice when I was a teen. So I had already, and I'm old. I'm a senior citizen. But I started yoga, breathwork, and meditation ages ago. But at one time, I decided I wanted to get more serious about it. And I spent time at an ashram in California, and I learned the importance of karma yoga. And from then on, I never stopped doing karma yoga. So karma yoga was part of my life ever since. And it is selfless service, but it's a mindset. And I think it is so important. I think many of the forms of yoga are more important than the physical postures that we do. Now, granted, I do my physical yoga exercises twice a day. So I still do that. The same thing with breath work. I do breath work every single day. I do meditation every single day. But I don't forget karma yoga. And I try to make karma yoga a part of my life whenever I can. And in my book, From the Boxing Ring to the Ashram, Wisdom for the Mind, Body, and Spirit, my guru, who introduced me to karma yoga, talks about what karma is and what karma yoga is and what karma yoga maybe is not, or how you can be a better karma yogi. And at the same time, she says, hey, just give it a shot and do your best. So don't beat yourself up if you're not doing it perfectly. Just do whatever you can. And I believe that in our society, there are so many different ways that we can practice karma yoga. And I think that, my mother always taught me that it's better to give than to receive. And I've always been a little weird about receiving gifts. I don't know why. I just kind of feel weird about receiving a gift. But I do believe that it is so important to give. And you don't have to give something that is a high ticket, in terms of high dollar ticket value. Sometimes the most important things that you can give are your time, your love, your smile, your attention. How many times do you know that people just need to be listened to? And if you just listen to somebody, that can even be a form of karma yoga, as long as you're not expecting anything in return. But there are so many nonprofits everywhere. And in my community in Texas, there are so many nonprofits that I am just so impressed with what they do. And I want to help them, whether it be financial contributions or in kind or of my time, helping them out. And the same thing in India. When I've been to India, sometimes the highlights of my time in India are serving others. The last time that I went to India, just in the beginning of 2023, We went to a place that I have contributed donations to, and I have supported them through my promotional work for a number of years. And we went there in person and we met with these little children at a school, it's at a girls' school, and we served them their lunch. And what was just amazing was how these little girls were hugging us all, how they all had such beautiful smiles. They were so appreciative of what we were doing, and we were doing like nothing. You know, we were taking a ladle and pouring their food in a bowl. I mean, that is so simple. And yet the response we got from them was so beautiful. And that's one of the reasons why I think it is so important to do as much as you can to help others. And again, sometimes it's the little thing, like smiling at someone or telling somebody something nice. Maybe you see somebody who looks very grumpy. Maybe they're having a bad day. Tell them something to uplift them. And that is all part of, to me, karma yoga. And that is why, to me, karma yoga is so important and should be part of something that everyone does. Please check out my book, From the Boxing Ring to the Ashram. Aside from focusing on things such as karma yoga, I talk about how you can ease physical pain, how you can also ease problems associated with PTSD, anxiety, stress, depression. There are so many different things that I give practical tips of what you can do in as little as 10 minutes a day that are enjoyable, accessible, and for the most part, free. So hey, that's my karma yoga piece of advice for today. Do something to help yourself to be your healthiest and your happiest. It doesn't have to be all that difficult. But little by little, or step by step, or minute by minute, you can make a difference in your life, and not only in your life, but in the life of everyone around you. The people you live with, the people you love, and the people that you just meet on the street or that you work with. Please check out, learn more about karma yoga, and of course, read about everything else in my book that are simple tips to health and happiness. From the boxing ring to the ashram, wisdom for the mind, body, and spirit, based on a dozen of my gurus all over the world who represent all different ethnicities and faith practices and traditions. Thank you, and please share this message with anyone you think can benefit from it. And of course, give me a comment. I love reading comments. Thank you for joining me.